Buenos días. Es el miércoles y son las 12. Hello, everyone. It's Wednesday and it's 12 o'clock, so it's time for Community Spanish, broadcasting every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12. In addition to Community Spanish, we also have Community Mandarin going on Mondays and Thursdays, and Community French going on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So there's lots of content to check out. I just want to give a quick reminder, a couple of quick reminders before we get into the lesson for today. The first one that I made the announcement last video that the Community Spanish schedule will be changing just a little bit starting in the first full week of December, which will be next week. So the Monday session will be being eliminated, but we will still have Community Spanish on Wednesdays and Fridays. So still bringing you new content each week on that. A couple other quick reminders is that now that it's December, we do have a few classes that are still accepting new students. So if you're looking to get into a class last minute, you're welcome to check out the website and see what classes are coming up in the next in general in the next week or so that are still accepting new students. So it's not too late if you want to get into a December class. And if not December, then the January class schedule will be posted by the end of this week. So that information will be available very shortly for our 2021 classes. So, all right, so let's get into our lesson for today, continuing in our Repaso or review series. We're going to be starting today working on our review of the Presente Progresivo or present progressive. This is essentially the words that usually have ing in English, for the verbs that have ing in English. And so we're going to be doing some practice with the Traducciones or translations, which is what we've been doing for the last few videos for these review videos. But if you do want to check out the original video I made when I taught this concept for the first time, you're welcome to go to our website, which is in the banner below, RolaLanguages.com, where you can go to the Facebook Live page of our website, and there you'll find links to all the videos we've made previously, and including a lot of extra free worksheets as well. So if you feel like you're not quite ready for the review stage of this topic, then you can go there to check out the original video. But otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and on the premise that you have learned this before, so we're going to be going into our review. And we're going to be doing an exercise together to practice. And so I will walk you through this, but I do encourage you to be as participatory as you'd like. And so feel free to write your own answers in the comments below. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, you can kind of go along with me as I do the exercise and offer up your answers, and I can show them on screen if the answer is correct and we want to show it off. So por favor, escribe tus respuestas en los comentarios abajo. So please share your answers, write your answers in the comments below. So let's get into it. So again, we're going to be practicing putting multiple elements together because we have the verbs, but we also are going to have a little bit of vocabulary that we will need in order to form these sentences. So we're going to have to put all the pieces together that we might need to make these translations. And we do have the vocabulary and the verbs on the screen in front of us. So we're kind of helping ourselves to put all the elements together in the right order and to make the sentence. And this really helping you to learn this structure is the way that we can make it kind of internalized and make it like instinctual, that when you want to speak Spanish, then you know the order how you should make sentences and you shouldn't have to think about it so much. So that's why we're doing a lot of exercises of this style. That's the purpose of them. So, all right, let's get into it. So, número uno, you are buying the drinks. You are buying the drinks. So we're starting with you. We're going to use tú. Again, if it were usted, there would be a note here. We should say formal, which we can see coming up in number 4, but not quite yet. So tú, and then for the are buying. So again, with the presente progresivo, it's a combination of two things. One is the form of estar that goes with that specific person, and then the second thing is what's called the participio presente, or the present participle. This is like the word with ing in English, and in Spanish, this word's going to end in either ando or yendo. So we're going to be working first just with the AR verbs that have the ando ending, but later we'll get some practice with the yendo for ER and IR verbs. But for now, we're just sticking with the ARs. So, okay. So then the form we're going to use that goes with tú, we can see from our box here, is estás comprando. So tú estás comprando, and then we need to just finish this up with the vocabulary of the drinks, which are las bebidas. So all together we get tú estás comprando las bebidas. Tú estás comprando las bebidas. And if we want to, we can leave out the tú, so we don't have to include tú in our answer. We can just say estás comprando las bebidas. Okay. Número 2, he is buying the notebook. He's buying the notebook. So we're going to use él for he. And we can see the form going with él is está comprando. So él está comprando comprando. And then the notebook, our little bit of vocab, el cuaderno. So, él está comprando el cuaderno. And as we go through these exercises in each number, feel free to repeat these out loud at home as we kind of wrap each one of them up, because the more you repeat something, the more you're likely to remember it and also help you practice your pronunciation. So when I flash these up on the screen, you're welcome to repeat them out loud in near the comfort of your own home or office or wherever you're watching this from. Okay, número 3. You all are not buying the gift. You all are not buying the gift. So you all, we're going to use ustedes. If we were in Spain, we would use vosotros, but I'm going to stick with ustedes here. So ustedes, and then we have a negative here. You all are not buying the gift. So this is where we need to remember to put no in front of the verb. So ustedes no están, because you can see the form that goes with ellos, ellas, ustedes, es están comprando. So ustedes no están comprando. And then the gift, our vocab here is going to be el regalo. El regalo. So ustedes no están comprando el regalo. So again, feel free to repeat this out loud. Ustedes no están comprando el regalo. Excelente. Okay, número 4. You formal are buying the coffee. So here's where we're going to come in with usted, right? Usted for you formal, you polite. So usted shares the same form as el and ella. So we'll go with está comprando. So usted está comprando. And then for our bit of vocab here, we have the coffee. The coffee, so el café. El café. El café means the coffee. It also means the cafe, as in like the place that you would order the coffee and presumably drink it. So both would be café. And also the color brown is café. So there's a lot of different translations of the word café. Usted está comprando el café. Muy bien. Okay, on to número 5. We're almost halfway done with the exercise already. Número 5, we are not buying the tickets. So here's another negative. So starting with we're going to either use nosotros or nosotras. Again, the English, as I've been saying in the past few exercises, the English here, it is not really specific enough to know what word we should use in Spanish, because we can't determine the gender of the group based on the word we in English. So we can either translate this as nosotros, as in a mixed gender group or an all-male group, or with nosotras, which would be an all-female group. But again, the English does not tell us, so we can translate this either way, either as nosotros or nosotras. I'm going to go with nosotros just because it captures 2 out of the 3 possibilities, so it's a little bit more of a good default, a more catch-all. So I'm going to use nosotros, but you can use nosotras in your translation as well. So nosotros, and then the form going with nosotros, as we can see from the box just on the top line here, estamos comprando. So nosotros estamos comprando, and then, it's a negative. So nosotros no estamos comprando. So make sure to put that no in front of the verb. And then for the vocabulary, we have the tickets, las entradas. There are a lot of different translations for the word of ticket. So entrada is just one option, just so you know, but there are several different words. So depending on where you are, you might hear some different translations for tickets other than entradas. So nosotros no estamos comprando las entradas. Okay, excelente. All right, we're already halfway through. On to número 6. I am buying the food. I am buying the food. So going with yo for I, and I know it's off the screen now, but if we can recall the form going with I is going to be estoy for yo. So estoy, and then comprando, right? Because no matter the person, the present participle doesn't change. So yo uses comprando, tú uses comprando, usted uses comprando, no change in the ando word. It's just the forms of estar which are going to change. So yo estoy comprando, and then for the vocabulary, we have the food here. So la comida. So yo estoy comprando la comida. And again, please feel free to repeat at home to help you to internalize the information and the pronunciation. Yo estoy comprando la comida. Okay, número 7. They are not buying the coffee. They are not buying the coffee. So here is where we're venturing off into either ellos or ellas for the same reason I was explaining earlier for nosotros versus nosotras. So if you're translating this, we can choose either one. I'm going to use ellos. And then we know the form going with ellos is just like the one we used for ustedes in número 3. So we're going to use están comprando. But then this one is also a negative, so you have to remember to put that no in front of everything. So ellos no están comprando. And then we have the coffee, el café. Okay, so ellos no están comprando el café. Ellos no están comprando el café. Okay, excelente. On to número 8. Número 8, she is not buying the drinks. So another negative. Now working with she, ella. And then for the form of the verb, we make sure to put that no in front because it's a negative. And then we're going to use está to go with ella. Ella, usted all share está for their conjugation. So ella no está comprando. And then we have for the vocab, the drinks, las bebidas. Las bebidas. Ella no está comprando las bebidas. Ella no está comprando las bebidas. Okay, just dos más, 2 more to go. Número 9, we are buying the gift. We are buying the gift. Back to nosotros or nosotras, depending on how you want to translate it. Nosotros, I'm going to say nosotros. Then estamos, the form going with nosotros. Nosotros estamos comprando. And then the gift, we can recall that vocab was el regalo. Nosotros estamos comprando el regalo. Nosotros estamos comprando el regalo. Okay, on to the last one, número 10. You are not buying the notebook. You are not buying the notebook. So starting with tú again, tú, and then negative. So we have then the no is going to come in front of the verb. Tú no. And then the form going with tú for the verb, we know it's estás. Tú no estás comprando. And then the last element for that bit of vocab is el cuaderno for the notebook. So tú no estás comprando el regalo. Please feel free to repeat this at home. Tú no estás comprando el cuaderno. Okay, excelente. All right, that wraps up this exercise. And so that's all for today's video. Please feel free to join me next on Friday for our last community Spanish of this week. And in the meantime, you're welcome to go to our website, to rolalanguages.com, to check out all the previous videos if you want to kind of pick and choose some things you think might be helpful for you. We have tons and tons of topics there. So there's a lot of material to choose from. And as I mentioned at the start of the video, also some extra worksheets to go along with many of the topics. So if you want to get a little bit of extra independent practice, you're welcome to check those out and to share them with anyone who you think might benefit. These are free public resources, so we like to share them with anyone who might benefit from them. So that's all for today. I'll see you next on Friday at 12. Gracias y adiós.